Welcome to Stories and Songs by Afterglow Music. My name is Joel McCausland.
And I'm Kevin Peay, and we've been creating music for a long time.
We'd like to tell you the stories behind our songs. Kev, let's talk about a song you wrote. Gosh, it's got to be a decade or more ago for our Mercyville album called The Eyes of a Child.
Ever seen a child in despair? Have you wondered what they're feeling inside? Have you opened up your arms so they know that you were there? Have you felt their little tears when they've cried? Can we find a way to lighten their fears? Can we find a way to cradle their lives? In each and every heart there's a longing to be loved, with hope for some peace deep inside.
Cindy and I were at a ball game last night. Our grandson was playing coach pitch down in Mapleton. And as I'm sitting there, there's this little child that's playing with their siblings, and the little child is reaching up with his arms to the sky, but trying to grab the leaves that were probably about 6 feet above this child. I'm watching this, and then the big smile and the giggles and all the things associated with it, and then I'm watching some of the game, and the kids are around playing tag rather than lining up getting ready to bat. So as I'm watching this song was a reminder of Through the Eyes of a Child. And I'm sure all of us have skinned our knees and bumped our heads, and we've gone running to our parents over the course of time for comfort. And our grandchildren have done the same, and our children have done the same over time as well. Mm-hmm. And through some of the experiences of watching children suffer hard things in hospitals and those type things, this song came to be. And I'm fascinated by the innocence of children. And we have been asked by the Lord to humble ourselves as a little child. And there's a lot of varieties of meanings, I think, to that.
Yeah, I've wondered about that too, because he said to become like little children, if to the extent that's possible, right? And it doesn't mean that we become that simple or ignorant of the world or everything else. It's that maintaining the purity in your heart, maintaining that essence, and I think it's always a fine line, because we tend to get a little proud when we get older. We learn more. We think we know it all. Maybe we even think we know better than God sometimes. And to have that reminder to just try to be as simple and pure as a little child is.
And the innocence of ever learning. Today, we're taking a little stroll up by the pond, and the ducks were out in the water. And the funnest thing for these two grandchildren of mine to do was to throw rocks in the water. And the splash that came from that was magical to them. And watching the ducks do their thing and the things that they were surrounded by just in little simple moments today was a good reminder of innocence, ever learning. And sometimes we just get so overwhelmed with everything that we're being hit with in this world today that sometimes it's really hard to separate the opportunity to remain innocent. But it's interesting because as you find people who find joy in every day, no matter what the circumstance is, no matter what the hardship is, they continue to shine their light through their experiences and through their difficulties. And I think maybe that has a lot to do with becoming as a little child as well.
Yeah. We had 6 grandchildren today from 2 different families staying with us this morning for a few hours. And as usual, that's just total chaos. It's funny, we were talking like there's either this just huge sound of running and screaming and yelling or total quiet. And I turned to my daughter and I said, I'm not sure which one's more terrifying. When it's completely quiet, you don't know what they're doing. You don't know what maybe they're getting into. And I need to be more patient with the kids because it is kind of crazy and chaotic sometimes. But the things they say, I just 2 or 3 times today, one or the other of these little ones that come up and talk to us and just say something, some observation, they're just hilarious. And I'm reminded by those experiences when I take a minute to listen that there's something going on inside of these kids. Their spirit is in there. And that's a brother and sister of ours. And they don't have a way to express it always, but sometimes things peek out and you see they're remarkable people. We just haven't seen the full development of them yet. And that's a part of this that I appreciate too, the idea that not just the spiritual side of being pure and innocent in that way and like a little child, but also the things we can learn from them as we see them more as what they're going to become, who they're going to be, if we can be part of the process of helping them get there.
You come into the world as a little child, and as we have witnessed in some of the hospital service, you go out of this world as a little child. And the rest of us in the middle, we're trying to figure out what it means to become like a little child.
Yeah.
But even on the exit of life, a good number of people, I truly believe, it's my opinion, they come back to simplification of family, of service and being served, and preparation to meet the eternities. And it becomes very, very simple at the end of your life. What have you done? What have I done? And have I taken that time through all the chaos and all the frustrations that sometimes come with relationships and all things associated? Have we learned anything to simplify, be more forgiving, more loving as a little child? We've got one granddaughter that she so easily forgives. And she is just always happy. And I think that's probably a lot of our granddaughters. And even some of our grandsons.
Just sweet kids.
Just their personalities are so sweet. And they're just so loving. And even their teachers who give them kudos and accolades talk about how nice and wanting to be a friend and wanting to help and wanting to show compassion, even as a 5-year-old. And so it's like, wow, how do I do that in my 60s? How do I do that in my 70s? How do I do that in my 80s?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think when we're being intentional about it and we're trying to bring our lives to an end in a good way, we're thinking about maybe if we believe in the afterlife, we're looking at the next phase. We do return to the simple values and the simple things we cherish the most. But I also think even for people that might not have been so happy or so focused on good things, the end of life simplifies us. It leaves us with kind of just a few things. You hear the old saying about people don't regret not spending more time in the office, that kind of a thing, and they look at their priorities in a different way. And I do think that the end of life is an opportunity for us to kind of return to some of those simple, basic truths and simple, basic values. And that's an important thing. I was going to say one other thing about this song, and I haven't heard it in a while. I haven't listened to this song in a bit. And we listened to it today as we were kind of thinking about this particular episode. And I'll give a whole bunch of people credit here because we had some background vocalists and, of course, the instrumentalists and your voice and our engineers and everybody that was working on it. It's just a really, we've been talking about sweet. It's a sweet feel. And it's such a great little piece there at the beginning of this chorus. Kind of just feels like the eyes of a child. It really seems sweet and innocent and positive to me. That's a great thing. It's nice when a song in its musicality can kind of support the message. And I really feel like you nailed that on this song. It's a beautiful rendition of that. One of my favorite parts of the Book of Mormon is when the Savior's in the New World. And he teaches and blesses and does all these wonderful things. And then the very last thing he does is say, behold your little ones. And then you see the glory that they really represent. So for me, this song is beautiful on its own. It's simple and it's sweet. But it also talks about eternal truths that are pretty cool too. And things we ought to be keeping in mind in that eternal scheme of things.
Have you ever seen a child in despair? Have you wondered what they're feeling inside? You opened up your arms so they know that you were there. Have you felt their little tears when they've cried? Can we find a way to lighten their fears? Can we find a way to cradle their lives? In each and every heart there's a longing to be loved, with hope for some peace deep inside. And I believe in changing lives, celebrating everything that's real. Live for today, be carried away, and change through the eyes of a child. Have you ever seen a rainbow in time as it reaches out and crosses the sky? You and I can be like a rainbow on a sea, with a rainbow in the eyes of a child. And I believe in your love, and I believe in what children dream of. Touching hearts, changing lives, celebrating everything that's real. Live for today, be carried away, change through the eyes of a child. See what they see, feel what they feel. I've been changed through the eyes of a